Hi there, welcome to this video. This is Arvind Mota. So we look at the market analysis for the last week of June towards starting of July series, right? And we'll also look at how to plan the trade setup for the week. Okay, so first we look at Nifty charts. So on Friday we closed with a doji pattern where it's clearly showing there is no clear market direction, right? After having a very strong rejection from the 10,550 zones, which is acting as a very strong resistance zones for Nifty, which happens to be 61.8% Fibonacci retracement, right? Now, if at all Nifty has to go above in further uptrend, first it has to break this resistance of 10,550, which is a very strong resistance. So as of now, it's showing some signs of sideways movement. There's no clear direction in the market, right? And if you look at the support and resistance levels, we spoke that's 10,550. Support levels come at 10,200. That is the immediate support at this point, 10,193, and followed by 10,000. Somewhere here around 10,120 and followed by 10,000 levels, right? And about the overall major support comes between 9950 to 10,000. That is the major support. Now the broader range for Nifty remains 10,000 to 10,550 for the week. So as Nifty has moved into this consolidation phase, we can expect some kind of very highly volatile environment, and it is in a distribution phase, right? So it could swing either ways, and we have to wait for a strong breakout on either side before we can decide on any kind of further trend. Is it going to go into an uptrend about 10,550, or if it breaches 10,000, we can expect lower levels, right? So immediate support coming at 10,200, and the approach for now remains buy on dips, because as we're coming close to support, there's a good chance of it recovering from these levels, and we can have a retest of 10,550. So as of now, the approach is buy on dips, even though we can expect a small retracement here back to support levels. Now, looking at the global market, the way global markets are closed on Friday, it is mostly on the negative side, except for FTSE. Now Europe has closed on the negative side, and also Dow Jones had a correction of almost 2.9% on Friday. It is forming a bearish pattern, and most likely it may test lower levels of 24,780 or even 24,500. That's where the major support zones coming for Dow Jones. So it may come and test lower levels, the big selling pressure in the market, right? And also if you look at SGX Nifty, the way it's closed, it's also on the negative side, right? It's lost about 100 points after our markets closed. So there is an indication of a 100 to 150 point gap down on Monday, right? Something we should be prepared for. So if we have a gap down of 100 to 120 points, maybe we can expect an opening around say 10,200 range, and 10,250 range could be on the lower side where we can test on Monday. That's a support zone. So as long as we hold 10,200, I think we are good. But if at all we lose momentum, we see some kind of follow through selling, and if we close below 10,190, 180 levels, that is going to be a bearish sign in the near term, right? So because we'll be forming lower highs and lower lows, so that we may go and test 10,150 to 10,000 levels, which is the major support, right? So immediate support 10,200, which may get tested on Monday, and if it closing below that, then we should stay a little more cautious because we can expect some kind of volatility in the market, right, before we start seeing some kind of recovery, and we can start moving towards 10,550. But a lot of things depend on the global market scenario, right? So if you look at FII-DI data, FII is a back-end selling mode after this big rally. We are back, they're back into selling mode in both F&O and cash segment. So there's some kind of selling going on by FIIs, which is not a good sign if you're staying on the long side. So again, this trend may change. As of now, it looks weak. So there is definitely some kind of downside left. And the major point to notice here is 10,090 levels. That's where the 20-day moving average is coming into play. So Nifty may test 10,100 levels. That is also a possibility. But if it's breaching, as long as we are staying in this range, there could be chances of recovery from here, right? But if we're going to breach these levels, we have to stay cautious and we have to turn bullish. Now, 61.8% retracement is acting as a very strong resistance as we spoke about. Now, if we manage to close above this, I think there's a good chance of us testing higher levels of 10,700 to 11,000, and the overall picture of bearish market will turn into a bullish trend when we break out above 61.8%, something which we have to keep in mind. So let's looking at Bank Nifty. Let me just change the exchange. Okay, so in fact, if you had noticed on Friday's trend, there was some kind of divergence between Nifty and Bank Nifty. Right, Bank Nifty was looking very weak. If you look at the pattern, it's forming like a hanging man pattern. But Nifty was forming a doji, and it was being held mainly by Reliance and ITC. And both these stocks playing a big role. And Reliance also was showing some last hour rally, which was holding Nifty. But banking sector looks weak. As of now, it's holding support at 21,500. Next support levels coming at 21,000, followed by 20,780, and followed by 20,485 or 500 range. That is the major support. So if you look at this level of 20,900, that's where 20-day moving average is coming into play. So that may get tested if we have a gap down. Probably we can expect around say 300 to 400 point gap down on Monday. Which is still about 21,000, but if it gets breached, it may test lower levels and take support somewhere here. So as long as we're able to protect this 20,000 levels, I think we're still good. Bank Nifty may start to recover from this point, which is another 1,000 to 1,500 point away, which is still far away. But if we still break out, if we have a breakdown from there, we may even test 19,500, and that will complete the double top formation, and that will lead to a further fall, and we may test 18,000 to 17,000 levels. That's on the positional view, if at all we start going on the bearish trend. So overall, Bank Nifty looks weaker than Nifty. So if at all Nifty has to start going up, the banking sector has to support Nifty, and it has to recover from these levels. And on the top side, if at all we want to go long in Bank Nifty, we have to wait for a breakout about 20,500, which is somewhere here, the previous high which was made on 24th of June. If at all we break out above these levels, then we can turn bearish, and we can start buying into Bank Nifty and banking sector. And that's the view on the index. So the overall approach, simply put, it is still buy on dips, because the overall trend and the huge rally has caused the momentum to be positive. So there's no point going into a full shorting mode as of now. But we can expect a lot of volatility, as I mentioned, because Nifty is in consolidation phase between the wider range. So any kind of further trend can be decided only when we see a further breakout on either side, something which we'll have to wait and see. So that's the view on the index. In terms of stocks, where we can focus on and what sectors we can focus on. See, in terms of sector, IT sector looks good. IT, FMCG, pharma, oil and gas, and these sectors are looking good to go long. On the weaker side, auto and banking sectors are looking weak. So we can expect some kind of reversal on those sectors. So on the stock specific analysis, see, TCS gave a wonderful rally on Friday, and it touched the previous high of 2132. That's the previous high which got tested on Friday. So if we see a gap up opening, or even some kind of momentum built above this 2132 levels, we can go long in TCS, and we can expect further upside because good volume of buying. RSI is above 60, so there's a good chance of further uptrend in TCS. Next is Infosys. This also gave a wonderful breakout, and it may still go and test higher levels. Good volume of buying, again almost similar pattern like TCS, and RSI is above 60. So the next level to watch in Infosys will come only around 7. Let's look at this levels. I think it's coming around 763 to 765 range. That's the next resistance levels. So we can still expect more upside in Infosys. Good volume of buying. Okay. And next stock is IOC. IOC has given a good reversal from support levels. Support levels were say from 85 with good volume of buying, and RSI is getting close to 60. I think it may go and test the previous high of 90, and if the breakout, it may even test the high next supply zone, which is coming at 93. So we can stay long in this counter. Another stock is BPCL. This came almost similar like IOC, good trend reversal pattern from support, good volume of buying. RSI is above 60, and I think there is a good chance of it testing the highs of 400 above. So we can still stay long, but the range is not so great. It may be best suited for intraday, not a positional trade. Right, that is on this counter. ITC, it actually gave a good rally, but from there starts to see price rejection. It's a strong resistance zone around 205 to 210, which where we saw some reversal, right? So some kind of selling in the market, but given the Q4 results are positive, I think we can expect some kind of traction and some more momentum left in ITC, and then we can still stay long with a stop around 185, and that's the major support zone for ITC. And we may even expect 210 215 range in the coming days. And especially when market is looking weak, IT and IT, pharma and FMCG sectors tend to do well, so we can stay focused on these sectors if you're on the long side. Another stock is L&T. L&T's RSI is still a little above 60 and some kind of spinning top formation, but it is actually forming higher highs and lower higher lows. So something which we have to stay focused on. It may even test anything more than 975. It may go and test I think 919,000 is possible in L&T. So we can still stay long. And stocks on the short side, obviously banking sector looks weak. So you can look at Kotak Bank for shorting opportunities. Very strong resistance zone at 1388. From there, it starts to get weak. So we can expect some kind of bearish move, and we can expect a gap down probably, and it may test support levels of 1280 to 1300, which is next support for Kotak Bank. So it looks weak. RSI starts to fall, and I think we can stay short. And another stock is Bajaj Finance. It had a very strong supply zone at 3120. From there starts to correct, and even though it opened up no gap up, but still showing some weakness in the market, and RSI is also kind of reversing. So it may test lower levels. The first target in terms of shorting is 2850 and 2800 expected in this counter. So we can stay short in Bajaj Finance. So these are the stocks in the watch list for next week, and I really hope you found this video useful. If you have any other stocks which you want me to analyze, you can just leave your thoughts in the comment box if you found the video helpful, and can also share the video with others. And also please subscribe to my channel, keep updated for my further videos. So that's about it. I hope you got some value in this video. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you and happy trading. Bye bye.